You know, have you ever stopped to think about how some countries have a bit of an upper hand when it comes to global politics and trade? Well, China is one of them, and it's all thanks to its control over rare earths. This gives China a level of protection against us aggression that other countries like India just don't have. But let's talk about India for a moment. A depreciating rupee can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, it can give exports a boost, making Indian goods more attractive to foreign buyers. On the other hand, it can also lead to higher inflation, which is never good news for consumers. And speaking of consumers, have you noticed how many people are struggling to make ends meet? Decreasing salaries and increasing loan repayments are a toxic combination, and it's leading to a looming crisis in personal loan defaults. It's a ticking time bomb that could have serious consequences for the economy. But amidst all the uncertainty, there's one thing that's clear: AI is going to revolutionize the global economy. It's going to create new opportunities, but it's also going to exacerbate job market disruption. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means you need to be prepared to adapt and evolve in a rapidly changing world. Now, let's switch gears and talk about something a bit more positive. Women's sports in India are finally getting the recognition they deserve, thanks to growing consumer power. It's a great example of how consumer demand can drive change and create new opportunities. But back to the world of finance. In today's interconnected world, it's more important than ever to diversify your investments globally. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as the saying goes. And if you're thinking of investing in gold, you might want to wait for the fear trade to subside. Central banks and sovereign wealth funds are driving up gold prices due to global upheaval, but waiting for the dust to settle might be a better time to invest. Now, let's talk about the Indian economy. Large Indian companies are likely to have a relatively smooth ride, thanks to limited foreign interest. But small and mid-caps in the Western world have huge potential for growth in the AI-driven era. So, if you're looking to invest, you might want to consider looking beyond India's borders. But what's the RBI doing to keep the economy afloat? Well, it's playing a game of pass parcel, weakening the rupee in the process. And what about the government's tax policies? There's talk of shifting the focus from taxing income to taxing consumption, especially in the digital realm. It's an interesting development, and one that could have significant implications for investors. Finally, let's talk about investing globally. It's easier than ever thanks to favorable tax policies and liberalized rules in India. And the old narrative of home country bias in investments? That's no longer tenable in today's globalized world. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to think globally and diversify your investments. Check out Profile for podcast summaries.